Alright, this is the last video in this chapter. So we're going to start talking about an extension. These are special right triangles. So I just want you to listen first. You can use the Pythagorean theorem to explore properties of some special right triangles. You will also need the multiplication property of square roots to work with square roots efficiently. This property allows you to combine or separate products and square roots. Now, that probably makes no sense to you, and that's okay. So we're going to talk about two special kinds of right triangles. And I will tell you right now, you probably won't use them as much as what you will when you get to high school. But when you're in especially like Algebra 2, you're going to be using these all the time. And you have to know them by memory. So we're going to start with one special triangle. All right, this is a theorem. Now, if you don't know what a theorem is, it's something that's already proven true. So your theorem, in this case, is the 45-45-90 degree triangle theorem. Here's what it says. In a 45-45-90 degree triangle, the length of the hypotenuse is the length of the legs times square root of 2. So if I had a triangle, and it has to be a 45-45-90 triangle. So 45, 45, 90. The two legs, we're just going to call them S as the sides. To find the hypotenuse, you take the sides of the leg and you times it by the square root of 2. So for example, if I gave you a picture and the triangle looked like this. So I do want you to draw this and write this in. If I asked you for the length of the hypotenuse, each of the legs are 8 inches. To find the length of the hypotenuse, all you do is take the leg and you times it by the square root of 2. So the legs here are 8. So all you do is take 8 times the square root of 2. So you can leave it like that as your answer. Or, better yet, approximate it. The square root of 2 times 8 would give you approximately 11.2 inches. All right, let's draw another one. A 45-45-90 degree triangle. And let's say, I'm trying to think here. Let's say that the hypotenuse is 3 times the square root of 2. I want you to find both legs. What do you think the legs would be? Well, if the hypotenuse is the leg multiplied by the square root of 2, that means that's the leg. So the legs here are each going to be 3. And let's say I put a label of feet on the end, then the legs would be each 3 feet. So that would be a 45-45-90 degree triangle. All right, in the next one, we have a 30-60-90 triangle theorem. In a 30-60-90 triangle, the length of the hypotenuse is twice the length of the shorter leg. The length of the longer leg is the square root of 3 times the length of the shorter leg. So to find the hypotenuse, you take 2 times the shorter leg. To take the longer leg, or to find the longer leg, you take the shorter leg times the square root of 3. Here's what it looks like. The shorter side is across from the 30 degrees. The longer leg is across from the 60 degrees, and the longest side is 2s, which is across from the 90-degree angle. So let's try an example. And I'm going to try to fit it down here at the bottom. In example number 3, I want to find the value of x and y. Well, to find the value of x, which is your hypotenuse, it says right here, the hypotenuse, you take 2 times the shorter leg. Well, the shorter leg here is 9, so we're going to take 2 times 9. That means the hypotenuse is going to be 18 feet. The y is our longer leg, And to find the longer leg, it says to take the shorter leg, which is 9, times the square root of 3. So we have 9 times the square root of 3, which is approximately 15.6 feet. All right, so here is example 4. All we are given is the value of the hypotenuse, which is 15. How would you find x? Look at your chart if you're confused, or your theorem. How do you find the hypotenuse? It says you take 2 times the shorter leg. So if the hypotenuse is double what the shorter leg is, how would you find the value of the shorter leg? You take half. So half of 15 is 7.5. Let's say these are centimeters. So we know this side is 7.5. So then how do you find the longer leg? Well, you take the shorter leg, which is 7.5, and you times it by the square root of 3. Now usually what would happen here, 7.5 would be written as 15 halves, so we would actually write it like this. 15 halves times the square root of 3 would be 15 times the square root of 3 divided by 2. And your label would be centimeters.